Oh, cool. It's live. All right. What's up? Hello, everybody. Though no one will watch this. I have to go through and just get rid of stuff. I have so much stuff and I need to get rid of it. I've been holding on to it for years. A lot of it as these magazines from like the early part of the 2010s, 2013, 2014, 2015. And I'm like, I got to throw probably 98% of these out, burn the rest of them. But while I was sorting them through, I'm like, oh, I have so much commentary I can give on just flipping through these people and the fashion and everything. This is going to take a while, but I figured, got to start somewhere. So let's just start. Most of these are Vogue and W magazine. But so we got July 2011. Oh my gosh. So we got Emma Watson on the cover of Vogue here. This I always thought was a really cool cover because she's wearing a Prada. I remember this. It was sort of like Big Bird-esque. It was really cool what they did, like with this like feather concept. Gonna throw her out. What's really hard is a lot of the people on these magazines I used to like. I wouldn't say look up to, but I had like favorable opinions of them as far as like celebrities go. And then they got all like leftist, and it was like, you know what? I don't know if I can really tolerate you anymore. Then the art they started producing just turned to shit. So I'm like, bye. Okay, so one down. Next, Reese Witherspoon. Reese Witherspoon. This is May 2011. I remember this cover. I remember this time very specifically. This is right when, yep, sure enough, there's the spread. She's doing that movie with the elephants. Beautiful picture right there. That was a sad movie. What is it, like something for elephants? I can't remember. Water for elephants. That's right. This is a good spread. I remember this time very specifically in my life. This is the spring, of my senior year. I just remember this time vividly. Yeah, here's those. Like this is Alexander McQueen, but that type of feather type of Alexander McQueen. Oh, these are some great looks in here. Oh, it's sad to throw that away. It's really only this first member McQueen. Like the mind that comes up with stuff like that. Literally so crazy. Gotta throw this one out though. Burn it. Who's this? The real Reese. Another Reese Witherspoon cover. This is October 2014. Boring the house. I mean, this is right as this type of media is dying. This is like the final. These are like the final months right before social media really took hold in sort of the 2015, 2016 era. Let's see here. We got Blake Lively, August 2014. I dig this jacket so much, but boring cover. Another boring The House cover from Vogue. I kind of like the jacket though, like I said. I'd wear that. Blake Lively, haven't really cared about her or heard about her since Gossip Girl. Who's this? Claire Danes. Kind of looks freaky in here. Gonna toss this. I don't really have any comment on this. This is August 2013. Burberry coat, if I'm not mistaken. Oh gosh, I can't believe I remember. I can't believe I'm talking like this. Like I haven't talked about these subjects in so long. Another boring cover. Here is a skinny issue of Vogue, Kate Blanchett. I remember this. The dress that is. It's not Proenza. It's that's gonna kill me. January 2014. I don't really know her. I don't really care about her, but boring cover. But that dress, who was that by? I don't think it's Proenza. It's it'll come to me. This is a Vogue Japan, so it's backwards. Boring the house. Kind of creepy with like this like little children. Like I don't really like that art style at all. That's like kind of creepy, like as fuck. Like how is Japan? What the heck's going on there? Oh, here we got a really old. I should probably keep this. August 2013. Now we gotta toss it. Here we have once again Emma Watson, Teen Vogue, August 2013. That Vogue cover from before, I think, wasn't that like 2011? So here she's now playing 2 years later or even younger. Don't really like this cover at all. But this must be August 2013. So I always liked like September issues of magazines, like August, September, even July somewhat, like the back to school. Uh, I really appreciated that. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Gigi Hadid. Remember when she was like a guest model over here before? I guess she looks kind of the same. But she was a big guest model before she achieved international stardom. I'm gonna burn that. Oh, I'm not gonna. Do I keep this or do I toss it? I'm not gonna show this one. This one's too much nostalgia. No, I can toss it. College stuff, you know. Here's a Men's Health, gonna toss. Another Men's Health, gonna toss. Don't know why I have this. Even this one, I don't really know. The men's magazines back then were so bad. Oh, I remember this very specifically. This is a Cosmopolitan cover from March 2013. This is when Miley Cyrus decided to chop off her hair and bleach it. You probably remember this cover. This is no one's gonna watch this video, but I would just kill to see anyone's reaction to some of this content. I remember this time very specifically. March 2013. I had to work in a warehouse that summer. But this was a very profound moment in between. Okay, so it's like 2011. No, so 2011. 2011 is when Instagram like first arrived on the scene, and then it became like more of a thing. I'd say like 2013, and between 2013 and 2015, the whole media landscape changed insanely. And then by 2016, it was like the election year. We all know what happened then. But this was like in that transitionary period, and what a crazy time. Here's a good one. Well, not really good. Boring cover. Another one. This is Vogue, October 2011. This is when that movie came out. I think it was like My Week with Marilyn. I mean, it was like really nothing special. That My Week with Marilyn. Like they really, not that she did like an awful job. It was just, I feel like it lacked, like it tried to do something and it just really didn't get there. They either needed to do more research or approach the storyline differently or something. But that My Week with Marilyn movie was not good. They needed, again, another perfect example of just how awful Hollywood and all the movies have become. And it's like you have the material, you know, you have the Marilyn movies, you have all of the information, and they still they still butcher that type of stuff. Oh, here's another one. Here's a sad one, and where I get my namesake. Charlize Theron, Vogue, June 2014. For such a pretty woman, or at least back then I thought she was. Now with her fucking transgender kid from fucking Africa, like I don't really know. I don't know. I'm just gonna burn this. No real further comment because it's just a boring cover. I mean, I just showed it. This one's creepy. Did you know there's a huge part of the internet, August 2011, Sarah Jessica Parker, that thinks she's a transgender. Like this is like male to female. And then you think about it and you're like, honestly, it probably could. The jacket, I don't know. Like, I don't like this at all. Not a fan at all. But yeah, she's a tranny. Here's another boring cover. This is October 2013. This is a thick one. Like, what were they thinking? Sandra Bullock, another just boring. Like, I guess that's kind of interesting from like the neck down, but the top doesn't, like the face and all that, like that. No. Tossing this one as well. We got a Rihanna, March 2014. This is another thick magazine. Do they do stuff like this anymore? Like I said, this is like when the magazines were just trying to hold on. So I think they were trying to throw whatever they wanted or whatever they could. Yeah, I remember Miley Cyrus. See, a year later, now she's Marc Jacobs, little muse there. Sofia Coppola, like some of these people, it's like they're all the same. They all run in the same circles so clearly, you know, but this is like a heavy fucking magazine. I couldn't imagine like the tree hugging people be like, not that I care, but I just now would that happen? It does say, wait a second, Karl Lagerfeld takes on the Lone Star State. I need to find the table of contents here. Because that collection, it's Chanel. It was like Chanel comes to Dallas, and it was all about how America rediscovered Chanel after World War II, and then that's pretty much what launched her into international fame and wealth. Not that she wasn't international before, but as far as the company goes, what is going on here? There's so many ads. This is probably so boring to watch. It just is. What the fuck? Louis Vuitton. Oh, I remember when. Catherine Deneuve. Gaga for Versace. Yeah, this is back like when advertising and influencers, celebrity, all of that was all up in the air. This is going to make me sad if I can't find the Chanel Dallas. It's their own fault for putting so many advertisements. Like, no wonder. Yeah, I can't do that. So boring. Sorry about that. That's the end of that stack. Let's get another one. Ugh. This is more Vogue. Okay. We got Jennifer Lopez, Vogue, April 2012. Boring cover. I never really... Some of her songs are okay, I guess, when you're like in Miami and they play at the club and you're just feeling yourself. But this is not... No. 2 thumbs down. Not a fan of her. Boring. Oh, God. How did she make it on the cover of Vogue? February 2014. Vomit queen herself, Lena Dunham. Oh my God! This is like look at how crazy she looks. This is what happened 2014, and then by 2015, I had graduated, and this is like when PC, that neurotic sort of trigger culture started. All thanks to idiots like this one. She can burn in hell. Burn that one. Here's not a bad cover because they got her eyes right, but again, I don't know about her whole like lingerie moment. Here's July 2012. Emma Stone, again, I don't really know how I feel about her. But as far as I like the seafoam green. That's not bad. But again, why the lingerie? Like, that's unnecessary and kind of cheapens the image. Here's a strange one. Vogue 2012. Rihanna in like a field of wheat. Like, I don't really understand this. I don't really understand this at all. Like, she's just sort of sitting there. She's got her sort of short haircut. I don't know. Like another one. Like so many of these. It's just like, why did I hang on to this stuff? Here's February 2012. Taylor Swift. Barf. Taylor Swift. No fan of hers. She should have just stuck to country. I think I've mentioned this before. Oh God, deja vu. Didn't we just do this one? I've been carrying around 2 copies of this for literally like 8 years. I'm so fucking stupid. But no, Taylor Swift, I feel like the music resurgence, because Neptune was in Scorpio, the last like 1960s revolution there. I think that Scorpio energy is what sort of fueled the sexual revolution. But since Neptune is in Pisces this time around, it's a spiritual revolution. And I feel like the music is going to tend more towards sort of that like folk, sort of country, sort of music. Country's not really the right word. I'm thinking more like Old Lang Syne and like Mannerbound, and very more like sort of march oriented. It sounds crazy, I know, but just hear me out. I think between the spiritual rebirth that's about to happen and it is happening right now, I think the music is going to reflect that. Here's a boring cover. Power Issue 2013, Beyonce. I don't really know. Like, another big magazine, but no need for that. Here we got a Vogue. Rooney Mara. She was always a weird one. Like, I don't know how I feel about her. 2013. Like, something about her just doesn't sit right. You know, her face is kind of, I don't know, kind of creeps me out. Gwen Stefani. January 2013. What you waiting for? I don't really know. I never really found her particularly appealing to look at. She kind of, I don't know. I think this is a really dumb picture. Uh, she's trying to do this whole masculine thing, I think, with yeah, I'm just gonna put it down. Just boring. Oh, here's another boring one. Anne Hathaway, Miss Transition Queen, December 2012. I mean, I just, no. No shade to Devil Wears Prada or Princess Diaries or Brokeback Mountain for that matter, but I don't really feel like she's anything special. If you notice, we've thrown a lot out. That's probably going to change right now. Ugh. This is so much fun. Now I have a reason for getting some motherfucking work done. I can't believe there's one person watching. Are you a bot? Show yourself. Okay, so continuing October 2012, we got Keira Knightley. I don't really think she's that bad of an actress. I think she does really well for a period actress and like obviously English films. Pirates of the Caribbean, I loved. She does Pride and Prejudice, and then again other like period films. I feel like she does very well. Sometimes during Game of Thrones, I swore whoever played Cersei and her had like similar sort of expressions, but kind of a boring cover. I think her face is beautiful / unique, but in that more like nostalgic, antique way, but boring cover nonetheless. This stack is so high now. Oh God, more May 2014, and even what a downgrade cover-wise. Emma Stone, like this is not cute. Spring. This does not say spring to me. This is like manure, straight up manure. I have so much to burn. Oh God. September 2013. Look at how thick this is. It's literally a phone book. Vogue, Jennifer Lawrence. Boring cover. Her face does not sell it. I don't really care for the Hum series. I never got into that at all. I understand politically it's probably where we're headed, but boring. And this is again heavy. Like I don't know. Like the advertisements, like wow, do people spend money on advertisement? And just print media has changed so much. I always loved there's W magazine always had much better ads in my opinion. I don't know if they like would shoot different sequences and like Vogue would buy some, W magazine would buy some, but Harper's Bazaar, they all kind of ended up looking the same eventually. December 2013. Jessica Chastain, she I feel like plays minor women characters pretty well. I loved Interstellar. I think she's in a couple other ones. I think yeah, she could play that sort of like smart, sort of like scientific assistant role. Well, Jinja, Jessica Chastain, the Jinja, December 2013. I don't really know. Like, I don't mind the yellow, but this is like a boring cover. Like this, none of this stuff. No wonder that this media died. Like none of this stuff gets my attention. This one does though. This is Vogue, Spanish Vogue, Vogue España. I don't know who's on the cover here, but love the color story. I think that guy is so handsome, and the girl compliments him very well. Like this. I don't know. It's hard to be like, oh, this is going to be a fashion magazine, but Vogue, Spanish Vogue, I think that's pretty. I'm not going to keep it, but there's a different weight to this. It's again very thick, but how they present their information, some of the ads are the same, but it's very different, very very different. Oh, I like this Tommy Hilfiger ad. I should have paged through each of these for. I love like Ralph Lauren, like Tommy Hilfiger. But when they were doing like the preppy stuff, you know, this sort of like waspy American prep school, I don't know. I always liked that look. If you're gonna like sort of put yourself together, and like playing off that, I thought was cool. But I'm gonna toss that one. Here's a model. This is November 2014. Natalie Vodi, I believe is how you say her name. Kind of an awkward cover again. Kind of looks a bit mentally ill, this one, not gonna lie. Like the cover, she's just sort of sitting there, very like Mary Magdalene-esque. but not in a good way. I really liked her in that spread they did in Vogue probably years before this, probably like 7 years before this. They did like Alice in Wonderland, and I thought she really captured that whole storyline really well when they did it. But this is a boring cover. Don't really understand it at all. So yeah, gonna burn that one as well. I wish you guys could see the stack that we have. It's so big. I'm like almost overwhelmed here. Um, Might as well finish off some of these Vogues. Can't believe I've been doing this for 20 minutes. Okay. Sip of water, sip of water. Scarlett Johansson, May 2012, boring cover. Don't like this at all. I don't really care for her at all, not gonna lie. I feel like if you put her in a particular role, I would like maybe give her the benefit of the doubt that she could do a good job, but I just, yeah, average, sort of fourth rate films. They just don't suit these actors and actresses well. Like, if any of them took them seriously, I know you want roles, but it's like some of these things are just crap. Katy Perry, Satanic. I don't want to comment on this. July 2013. She always really creeped me out. I could never even like look at her face. She really makes me sick. I don't know. Something about her just screams like Predator. You know, like straight up like Predator. Like I do not like Katy Perry. This is a cool cover. British Vogue, 2011, December 2011. Giselle Bundchen. I always thought she was beautiful. I think this is a cool cover. I like the colors. As far as like, you know, this is December, so they're looking ahead. I don't think that was a bad cover at all. You know, as compared to the other ones, not great, of course, but you know, it'll do. See, here's a beautiful example, a Ralph Lauren ad. Look at this. Like, where did we go? You know, culturally, like, where did we go? Like, this is fucking cool. I don't know what happened. I almost want to rip that out, but yeah, I loved this period of Ralph Lauren because he did more like Native American inspired jewelry. Like, that is fucking sick. Like, I'm telling you, Ralph Lauren, like, that's where it's at for me right now. I'm gonna burn that anyways, but cool nonetheless. I remember this period very well too. September 2012. This is another tome. Jesus Christ. Lady Gaga. She had so many covers. I don't really find like this is that. I mean, it's kind of like campy. It's kind of like RuPaul-esque in a way, and I don't really. This is gonna. Oh my gosh, so heavy. Boring cover, but fine model. Another thick one. Like, Jesus Christ, fashion industry. Kate Moss. I think she does some really cool stuff on the fashion modeling scene, but she is in a really boring outfit in this one. I don't really care for it. Reads kind of prom-y to me. Like, I think I took my sister's prom pictures, and I'm sure there's a photo just like this. She's beautiful in that sort of fashion model way, but I don't think this cover does anything to suit her. Oh, I remember when this was coming out, May 2013. Mr. Gatsby. Don't mind the sort of color contrast here between the lip and the dress. Sort of more austere coloring with like the headpiece too. Like, kind of dig the headpiece, but I don't know. It's just a little too like, again, period, too like costumey in a way. It's pretty, but I think they could have done something different here. That movie was okay. I don't really know how I feel about like Leonardo DiCaprio. I liked him in The Island, but that was pretty much it. This is a really creepy cover. Amazing Kate, November 2013. Again, no wonder why these people like killed. They literally like self-destructed their own industry. Like, kaboom, you know, like boring. Who would buy that? I had a subscription, obviously. I wouldn't buy these individually, but damn. Here's Vogue Brazil, Kate Upton. Kate Upton, those Chanel earrings. Oh, those are kind of cool. Don't mind this so much. Again, like the earrings. I don't know if you can see up close, but they're kind of cool. She's in a couple other issues, I think. I don't mind her for a model. I thought she had a moment, and she was like there, and then something happened, and I'm not sure where she went, but she had a moment. I don't know if she could really remake that moment again, but when she was in that moment, I liked her a lot. Gonna burn it anyways. Rihanna. Weird cover. Remember when she did her hair red? This is April 2011. I like a lot of her. Like Auntie is a great album, and when she did this red hair, that album is like decent too. But I do like Auntie a lot. I just don't really care for this at all. I'm not like a Fenty person. I just that aesthetic is not me. Like I said, I'm more Ralph Lauren. Here's like a Vogue Italia. I don't really know on that. Sienna Miller, like who the fuck? No one would know who the fuck she is. This is January 2015. Now, do you see how thin this has become? Like I said, 2015 is January 2015. Like this media is like pretty much dead. They don't have like their Vogue magazine, Instagram up and running. Like that doesn't come sufficiently for probably another 2 years. So they're fumbling right now. To think that this is going to get them polls, like celebrity influence, all of that changed, and this was such a dumb decision. Terrible. Shame on you, Vogue. Like what? March 2011. Again, here's another one. It was sort of to be like satire on Anna Wintour's appearance, I guess, but she's not very pretty. Like again, kind of campy. Like I can appreciate it quasi artistically, but I just not like this is no wonder where like this is March 2011, so this is literally a decade old. Okay, wow, that's kind of fucked up now that I think about it. This is literally a decade old, and like here we are stuck in this transgender black K-hole, and this is what we have that pushed us, a decade earlier into this direction. It wasn't supposed to turn out like this. This fusion of the genders, and I'm looking for the Ralph Lauren ad. Forgive me, but since this is a decade old, I feel like I should probably. I could have probably done something even cooler with these magazines, but I don't really have time to like cut it out. I remember this collection very specifically. Burberry did like a studded type ordeal. That's a hot ad. That's a really hot ad. I love Burberry jackets, motorcycle jackets. I'm not like a trench coat person per se, but if you're gonna get a trench coat, it must be Burberry. I'm not Ralph Lauren. Where are you? Here's Chanel. More Chanel. That's a kind of a sick. They're obviously trying to do a Tea Party thing, but this over here, this model died within like the past 2 months, I believe. I don't know if you recognize her. I forget her name, but she used to do a lot of work, and I think all throughout to the end, she did a lot of work for Chanel. She had a really cool face. Yeah, I'm not seeing Ralph Lauren anytime soon here. What's going on? There's obviously a decline as they destroyed that whole class, really. That became like totally untouchable and totally, the poor Ralph Lauren years. Let's continue. This is going to be so hard. Let's switch to W Magazine. Okay. Oh, this is a hard one. I would keep this just because I think it's a pretty cover, but we're switching to W now, and this is April 2015, the Who's Next issue. I felt W, at least at this time, in this transition, this tumultuous transition that I've been talking about between print media and social media. I believe that W was placing itself in a much better position and had a much better temperature reader but something happened. Oh, Celine. Remember way back, and I was like, I wonder where that dress is from. It was like the weird black blue dress. Celine. I'm pretty sure that was Celine. But yeah, W. I like the paper. I like that it's bigger. Like the size of it. Like if I was to do a magazine of my own in 2021, I would definitely do this size. It's sort of like a bigger. It almost has like a newspaper feel to it. But like the images and like the spreads were always a lot had a whole different vibe compared to the Vogue. Sad to have to throw up to burn some of these W's, but excuse me, bless me, but it's just what we have to do. Here's Amber Heard, cover of W. This is June, July 2014. So here they're starting to hurt. Very thin magazine. Yeah, very thin magazine. They did like a yeah. They had like society pictures. Vogue would never really do this, but they would have society pictures of like sort of the sort of hot parties of the time, and then just like the people because they all flocked together, photographing them. I loved this is that Chanel Dallas that I was trying to find in that other. Like I don't really like Kirsten Stewart at all, but I dig that I can grow my hair out that long. I 100%. Like how cool is that? But then it's kind of like Chanel with like a cowboy vision next to it. I thought this was also cool. I would die if someone helped me find this sort of shawl. It's supposed to be a play on obviously the American flag, but it's like a shawl. I think that's so sick. I want to get a horse and then put that on my horse. Cruise collections are always the fucking coolest. But boring cover here. I'm not really a fan of Amber Heard. I don't really know her that well either, if I have to be honest though. Jennifer Lawrence, not even not Jennifer Lawrence, J-Lo, not even a comment on this one. Like, again, are most of these people trannies? Like, I feel like if this person was like on social media, it would be like, oh, you're a drag queen or you're transgender. Don't really care for that. Oh, here we go again. Emma Watson, boring cover. Again, she's liberal as fuck. Don't really care for her. Here's an interesting cover. This is the art issue. That's what I mean is W had a better way of approaching culture during this crazy time. This is 2013, December. So again, world is changing, but they understood that if you're going to like this is what we needed. Okay, this is what we needed. I don't really care for George Clooney, but they had a better read on where culture was. Oh, can you hear this? Much better. Have to burn that, but not a bad cover to look at. Oh my gosh, this Margot Robbie. Why does this look like Trisha Paytas? Tell me this doesn't look like Trisha Paytas. Don't mind Margot Robbie, but this does nothing for her. This can't even be her. The art and fashion issue. This is December 2014, January 2015. So again, now they're going bi-monthly with their subscriptions. I don't understand that cover at all. Rosamund Pike. Here's a good one. This is the beauty issue, May 2014. I don't mind how up close and sort of fresh this is. I feel like this was at a time, was she in Gone Girl? Or she was in like, from Bond Girl to Gone Girl, where she played that frightful character. And not bad. I don't mind that cover for some reason. Here's the movie issue. 2015 February. This has a different feel to it. I hate the guy on the top. Benedict Cumberbatch. He freaks me out. He really freaks me out. Something about him. Keira Knightley doesn't look that good here. She kind of looks like a little boy. Like very creepy. Very, very creepy this cover. 2 thumbs down. Oh, you already know Katy Perry. Got to throw this out immediately. Um, Never really understood her. Again, fourth rate. She probably just had someone like in the know that would get her into these types of positions. But I think her name is Chloe. Not a fan of her. We're almost done, you guys. 35 minutes. Holy cow. Amanda Seyfried is next. This is April 2014. Boring. I mean, yeah. Good. Not awful, but she doesn't really have that impact to influence me. No wonder why that term. Kirsten Wig. No comment. This doesn't look. No comment. I think this is Taylor Swift W. It's a thicker one. What is this? March 2015. See how thick that is for W? Or is that Scarlett Johansson? Yeah, it's Scarlett Johansson. Her, Taylor Swift, they all kind of like blur together for me. I don't mind the darker. I love a good coal eye. I wish some women would go back to that. Maybe it's just because I'm in like a punk mood, but I don't even really find that punk. It's called tight lining, okay? Where you get in the waterline and you don't have to go as black all around the eye, but at least in the waterline, it just does this very like feline shape to the eye that I find so pleasant, and it really brings out a lot of people's eye shape and color and totally transforms their shape. So yeah, bring back tight lining if we could, okay? Tight line my life. Burn this. Here's a kind of creepy one, another heavy one, Jesus Christ. It's called Instaglam, March 2014. Miley Cyrus, bleached eyebrows. It's Instagram is what it says. It says the social media register. 38 style leaders, 110 million followers. This is Miley Cyrus Laid Bare by Ronan Farrow. How interesting. So again, they were in the know about social media and how it was changing. And they, instead of shrinking to fit, they at least had enough talent on board to navigate. I don't know where they are now. W Magazine, I hope in a good place. Kind of like that. Chanel has some of the best clothes in the world. But yeah, this was a good time. March 2014. So social media, people are aware of it, but they don't really know how to interact with it. And I think Miley Cyrus was one to use that tool to transition. Literally and figuratively. Mila Kunis, what happened to her? Kind of a awful, that's sort of like 60s pinup. I like the look, but I don't really know on her. Not bad though. Yeah, I'm maybe being critical here, but she has kind of like a wonky eye. So something so symmetrical as the 60s pinup. I think like someone like Dorit Kemsley from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she can pull off that really well. But because one of her eyes is a little bit wonky, which is hot, I don't really know if it works. Just my opinion. Oh, here's a good one. It's a thick one. I remember this time fondly. September 2013. This is Cara Delevingne. I remember when she came onto the spot. This was the same. Was she dating Miley Cyrus at this time? There was like some crossover there, but Cara Delevingne, when she had the brows and her long blonde hair, or not even blonde, it was just like her dirty blonde natural hair. She was like a Burberry model, and it was just like sort of this fresh British face. It was like a really good perspective. People weren't kidding when they said there was an energy of 2016. It was all of these seeds from like this transition in the media space that then led to these sort of high points, in my opinion, in the pop culture. And Cara Delevingne, like I said, the fresh like white face, like it was great, and she had sort of like an aristocratic sort of family life with her sister Poppy Delevingne, and I liked that approach. But something happened, and then she like cut her hair, and now is like super lesbian. I'm like, what happened there? Like, were you like abused as a child? Like if something happened to you with the 5G, what's going on there? Let's just finish up some of these piles here. Got some Vogues, it looks like. Yes. Those over there, we can comment on those, I guess, too. We're almost done. This is like a Vogue accessories. We're going to not comment on. This is like a pamphlet. Amy Adams, December 2014. Boring cover. Again, no wonder why they were losing. Like, this is like White House black market. Like, that's what I think of when I think of this. This is another reason why they lost. Casa Vogue, where they did sort of like a homeware. I'm not like a big surrealist fan. I don't really care for this at all, but I love homeware when it comes to designers. Like that Versace table that Trisha Paytas got is everything. Carly Kloss, she's another one of those like early Instagram sort of models. And she was not an Instagram model. She was like in that transition, the type of transition where they're like learning to code on the side. Like it was just like a different time back then. Carly Kloss, interesting cheekbone, like face structure. I'll give her that, but super leftist, boring. And it's just sad because it's a lot of these type of models. Like she's a good example. I think she's from like St. Louis or something. They understand like the conservative sentiment, but then they just like totally rejected that part of the country and went to the coast and then got all this liberal stuff and they never left the liberal stuff. Very like sort of this elitist mindset that they picked up. Boring cover, no comment. That's Vogue. Who even cares? She's a good one. Boring cover though. I think she's great as an actress. You know, she has a mystique that carries over well through film. This is August 2012. Boring cover, but was that Inception that she was in? She played like that role, I thought, very well. Oh, here, Bad Girl Rihanna, style icon. I don't understand this is all. W Magazine, The Fall Fashion Drama, September 2014. No comment. Oh, Charlize Theron. This was a great sort of attempt, but no one really captured her beauty better than Dior for the J'adore Dior campaigns. There was a particular video marketing campaign I recall very clearly, shot at Versailles, and it had Charlize Theron was like the star of this like sort of fashion show that was going on, and it had all these great movie icons of the past, like Audrey Hepburn, Marlene Dietrich, Marilyn Monroe, and it was just this great, like, sort of supreme beauty type concept, and that was, I feel like, the high point. And then none of the photographers or really editors ever really grasped the level of beauty I thought that she was at. They never really got it quite right. It was kind of sad. And then, of course, she adopted that boy from Africa that's now a girl, you know, and she's all up in with that transgender agenda, which is really sad, really, really sad, because she did some great work. I'm so happy I'm getting rid of so many. This is great. This is probably the pile that I'll keep most of. This is a V-Man magazine. Yeah. We'll keep that. Ooh. Ooh. Here's Vogue Brazil did an issue on Miami culture. Does it have a date? No, but I'm going to keep this. Not that the cover is particularly interesting, but I have nostalgia for living in Miami for 4 years. This one's falling apart. This is June 2013. This is that moment I thought Kate Upton had the public eye. I think she's absolutely beautiful. Her spread in this is beautiful. Like I said, it's like coming apart. I would keep this magazine if it weren't for its deteriorating condition. But I thought that she looked beautiful in that cover. They also did this really cool, this thing is like coming apart. She had like a Marilyn Monroe kind of effect. It's so hard. This is like falling apart. Like, I think she's hot. Right? Like, guest model hot. Like, I think she's stunning. like any of these pictures. It's sort of like not Pamela Anderson-esque, but like there's something there. Love that. And then there's this shot they did like the sort of like 1930s meets Morocco spread in here. Now looking at the clothes, kind of fucked up, but I appreciated the set, like used in the old, like how beautiful. They would travel, like they did this great like Japanese fur. It was like the fur on the Japanese like trains or something, and they had this like huge budget, and they did the budgets for these spreads used to be insane, and they would travel around. Oh, here's Tilda Swinton. I'm guessing this is a Chanel ad. She has one of those like creepy vampires. I can't believe The Only Lovers Left Alive. I don't know if you ever saw that movie, but I really liked it. I liked it. I did. I really did. And I was like, this can't be the only vampire movie that Tilda Swinton's in. Like she has that does such a great job in that. Kylie Jenner Interview magazine. I was gonna hold on to this, but now holding it up, I'm kind of like, I think I need to let this go. Here's Vogue Japan. I don't know when this was, but it's like a backwards one. I believe this is Givenchy. I loved this time period. It's when Givenchy did that like it was like sort of floral, like lilac printed shirt. They had then the sort of juxtaposition with like the dog, the ferocious dog. I liked that a lot. I think I got to get rid of that though. So sad. Italian Vogue. How boring. British Vogue, again, they're getting a little bit closer here to the beauty that is Charlize Theron, or at least was. But again, they don't quite get it, but they got pretty close. So that's all. If I could show you the pile here, I'm pretty much throwing out everything except for a couple of Venue magazines there. Venue magazine, if you're familiar with Real Housewives of Miami, I used to work at that magazine for a hot minute. So can't throw those out. But all these Vogues and W's have got to go. I feel so much better. I feel so much lighter. Happy Libra full moon, everybody. I will be back tomorrow, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.